Scratched.
I can't remember if I did now.
Well, I don't see anyone joining in the chat, so
This is on my channel, though. I don't think
live. Hold on, let me see.
I don't see anything in my feed. Not that I was ever subscribed to you, but
I'm subscribed to him, and
For what?
I don't know. I'm subscribed because I don't know. That's a good question. It's not like you're putting out videos.
because he didn't want to follow you and unfollow.
Because I was following him.
Yeah.
So I'm not live
Yeah, you are live now. In here,
on my channel.
Unlisted.
private.
Okay.
I think my
I feel-
beard is shedding.
I feel like we're in the fourth sequel of Grumpy Old Men right now.
I can't hit the button. What? The button suck.
Charles!
Who is that? He died. Guess who I heard has diabetes? That was what my grandparents always talked about. People that had diabetes. You know who's got diabetes now? Who? Fred.
The big
Fred.
D?
They called it the
Dude.
sugar.
Oh, the sugar? I
I
thought
don't-
maybe it was getting the D he didn't want.
I don't mean to hold on. I don't mean to interrupt the process that's going on here. But I saw this great movie called The Survivalist. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Negative.
Okay, it's like a post-apocalyptic sort of scenario, and the guy is alone in the shack, and he does all his food and stuff, and they leave you with a lot of unanswered questions. So it's just the point of view of the guy living in this secluded wooded area. And one day, a lady and two ladies, an older lady and a young, pretty and fertile young lady, they both arrive, and he's very cautious, but he's tempted. It's like a very going back to basics sort of movie, and he wants them in, and they want to trade food for what is it? Trade food, and she brings like some sort of like item, and he's like, I don't want that. And then she brings another item, and no, that fails too. And then the older lady from behind her brings the younger lady, and then he's like, aha, and he brings them in. But the whole movie is about trust and how letting in danger, and it just unfolds from there. It's a great survival movie. I don't know if you guys like survival movies and whatnot.
What platform is this on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay. I thought we were boycotting them because they just raised their prices.
Who said that?
Everybody. I thought that's what we do when people raise prices. We boycott.
They were
And then
pretty
we-
awesome product.
And then we all run over to Hulu because they drop their prices.
Did they?
Yeah.
How far down?
I don't know, like $5.99 or something.
Get out of town.
Okay. Your town sounds like it sucks anyway, so sure.
So $5.99 and you get all the Hulu without commercials?
Yep.
Are we giving Hulu and Netflix a free back-to-back commercial?
Is this why you're PG now? Are you pushing cable subscriptions?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know in person that from now on it's the straight and narrow for me. I will not get upset over Bales's attacks. I will not act quickly and decisively in order to crush him. I shall dampen any thoughts of evil and world domination and destruction, and any mention, and this is going to be the last time, any mention of gimpness or gimpery.
I wasn't listening. Someone say Gimp.
You leave the gimp out of this, you son of a bitch.
You know, Pulp Fiction is on Netflix right now.
I did. I caught that. I was like, oh, I'll have to watch it.
Butt zipper.
Yeah. But like, not like I said, not like an aggressive sexual gimp, just like there's like a fun, like pass the chips gimp, like, social gimp.
I
So
wish
like
not to entertain these thoughts.
PG-13 Gimp. Like he's high-fiving everybody,
Yeah, he's just like I said,
encouraging everyone to grab his leash. Like it's okay, do it. Yeah. You can do tricks.
No, that's not.
Tricks.
It's
Or maybe he's giving everybody candy.
No.
No.
No. So Eloy, what's brought on this moral fiber?
Paradigms.
Elaborate.
So here's the thing. We discussed this the other night, briefly, or at least I mentioned it, and you guys listened and chucked it to the side and kept going. But as per usual. But paradigms. Need I say more?
Yes.
Everybody,
Yes.
if you guys out there could see, everybody shook their head silently, like saying, "Yeah." So here's the thing: we live in a box within a box and a box, and all we can do is trade one box for the other, because you cannot escape the box. For doing so would mean either some sort of dimensional increase and level up, which we're not capable of because we exist within the dimension that we exist, which is the third, all of us and everything that we're capable of. We're stuck in a box, in a box, in a box, in a box. And I'm trying to check myself and say, well, hey, wait a minute. Is this the box that you want to be in? And, you know, what's the big deal about changing it? Paradigms are which you guys are aware of. People tend to accept a type of it could be anything really. It could be philosophy, a lifestyle, a truism that people accept personally or in large groups, and I'm basically challenging that on my own.
Eloy,
Yes.
what has inspired this way of thinking?
Well,
You're on the toilet, you dropping them off, and it just came to you.
Did you slip on the toilet and then you drew this?
I've always
Back to the Future reference.
I've always known that, look, when we're existing as we are right now, the things that we accept in our lives as reality,
You're deflecting. What inspired this thought? Where did this come from?
okay, so it's a subconscious thing that pops into my head, and like
It just came to you. You were mowing my
You know that
Yeah.
Eloy takes the longest way to get to any destination, right?
See, but are you sort of looking at it as a bad thing, funny thing, not a good way to do it, or just making fun of it? Like, because if you think about it, it's all about, well, maybe it's not, but I think it's all about sniffing the flowers along the way.
Is that a cocaine drug reference?
See, I will tell you right now,
The poppy?
poppy.
You sniffing the poppy?
You know what? You're right. So look, old habits. I did make a little jokey joke there, but remember, we're only human at the same time, but the effort is there. So
during this glorious moment, you decided you will not be a negative Nancy and everything is beautiful and wonderful.
nah, not beautiful and wonderful, but it was from one moment to the other, because of the fact, can I change my paradigms, my thought, on outlooks on things, and just say, no, that's not necessary. It may seem like it's true, and I've believed it, but I'm not going to believe it no more. Why isn't it as easy as that? And again, I've had that thought throughout my life. For instance, they told me I couldn't play guitar.
They were right.
See, that could
That was below the belt.
that could
Down goes Frasier.
that could, in theory, trigger me back into my old ways, and I am understanding that Bales is using this as a hook and chain to draw me back into the depths of darkness. But I shall not, Bales, while you're hogging down whatever poor animal. By the way, another thing, we will no longer eat beef.
What?
I'm kidding.
out. Okay.
No beef. Listen, guys, the vegetables of the field. Whatever, dude. If I can't, you know what? Bales, swallow.
He's gonna choke. Bales, are you choking?
Bales, swallow.
Is that the international sign for choking? Oh, that would be terrible.
I need the Heimlich.
Oh.
Me and Eloy were in a chat or in a hangout one night when someone fell and hurt themselves, and we didn't know what to do. It was awful.
How did you know they actually hurt themselves?
Because they were like below camera, they fell below their.
Were they like, "Help me"?
It was kind of like, like, you know, like I hurt myself. Yeah, it wasn't cool.
So, what do you guys think about that, though, as far as paradigms and all that?
I have one wise ass question I want to ask first.
Mm-hmm.
The wise ass question is: now that you're rated PG, are you going to break out into song a little bit more often? Is there going to be like some musical numbers to kind of pull
like the Jungle Book?
Yeah,
you know, it's funny, but I forgive you guys.
I like that you're some sort of. You should get a robe. You should totally
no, in my mind, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like in my mind, I've turned myself into a monk. In my mind,
he's a guru all of a sudden.
No. But look, all joking aside, how does that suit you? As far as is it a truism or not, or that we live in these sort of idea enclosures, and if we were to break away, like I can't, whatever, dude, swim. I'm not a swimmer. And one day, boom, you get dropped on your, into the water, and then you're swimming, and that's, it may sound a simple thing, but that can apply for many other things, like guitar. Until Bales tried, successfully shot me down there, as evil as he is. But
you're also talking about very specific circumstances of wanting to accomplish something and being told you can't. Well, what about wanting to accomplish something and you're not able to? Nobody is saying no. You're just constantly second place, third place, not even placing. You can't make it.
Okay, that as well is another paradigm, because perhaps what you've grown to believe that is your direction, successful direction, let's say, in the case of what you're saying, let's use as an example, let's say something like you want to be a painter. No, you want to be a rock musician, and you're trying, and you don't, you're always sort of like average. You don't meet the right people, and this and that, and your paradigm, you get stuck on that at the expense of everything else.
What do you mean you get stuck on that?
So there's people that have rooms full of guitars.
Sure.
And you will hear them say that I collect them because I enjoy them. And that could very much be the case for the person. But in the case of this person that you're talking about, they're fighting for a thing and it's not working out. And in their mind, they've created a reality that they imagine, using their imagination, and they think they're going to be that. And they keep going, and you can live your whole life on that, but you're living in a bubble, in a paradigm that you have created, a belief system that you've created for yourself. And if something comes out from outside to try to steer you, or a possibility opens up, you say no to it because it's going to damage what your belief is. So that's no good either, unless they're quite happy and content with it.
Well, we're talking about, a great example is being an entrepreneur, having your own small business. And, even if you have a YouTube channel or you have an Etsy store and you're trying to push that and make that grow, but it just doesn't bite. And no matter how positive you are and you brush it off and you take a deep breath and you restart again, the sales don't move. The work isn't moving. Is there a point when you go, I have to stop, I'm wasting my time?
It depends on the person and the circumstance. If you have, for instance, in my case, I don't have 10 mouths to feed, 2 mouths to feed, 3 mouths. I have two mouths, mine and Vigo. So I have a little bit more flexibility with my possibilities as far as how far I want to take something like that, and not being successful. You understand? but there are consequences to choosing the path that I've chosen, for instance. But at the same time, in my mind, I believe that life is, like that. Life is a highway, and I want to drive it all. To me, and incidentally, I'm still in a paradigm while I'm saying that, because I know that I should break out, and which is what I'm trying to do here in a little way. If you have mouths to feed, and you're gonna be destitute, and you're gonna ride on, with that hope, and you're not getting nowhere, then, do you want your loved ones on the curb? So it's a very specific thing to the person and their circumstance, I think. What say you?
I think you really need a niche market to be able to make a living doing that.
So you're talking about me specifically?
No, I'm saying the Etsy seller to survive that in that market and not have to give up the ship. I just don't see it returning for people. Maybe I just know people that are, hobbyists or whatever, but I think it's a good second source of income.
At the same time, we have friends that were doing things as a hobby and it blew up, and now it's a legit side hustle.
Right.
I had a talk with a kid who was trying to start his own blacksmithing business, and he was going to the local kind of parking lot. What's it called? The local parking lot sale, we'll say.
Flea market?
Yeah, flea market. So he had his booth up there with his hooks and whatnot, and was having a hard time trying to sell a $5 hand-forged hook. Everyone there was arguing with him about, well, I can just go buy hooks at Walmart for, $30 for $5. So started to talk to him about, well, what other shows are there? Where else can you go? What else is available? And found out the problem was that he didn't want to drive an hour, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours to a show that could have been that moment that he was looking for, so hungry for.
I can totally sympathize and see the folly of that with myself, because I quit going to the frickin' flea market down in Homestead because it's such a crap drive. And a lot of times you sit there and you're holding your pee, and you're wondering if the people that they're usually nice and stuff, and sometimes you'll go away with like a handful of sales that doesn't meet the amount that you paid, and sometimes you do, but that's a big problem. So
is that because you've lost the drive, or is it self-sabotage?
You know what, it's both, probably, because what happens is that for me, I also had my girlfriend going with me, and
the goth, the cute goth,
the what?
The cute goth girl?
No. That was when we were kids. And circumstances occurred, and the mind, I said, oh, well, screw that. I'm not going to travel all the way down to Homestead and this and that. And I was doing handyman jobs, which you have to travel around anyways. But long story short, drive and that other thing you said. What was the other one?
Self-sabotage.
And self-sabotage, because you really, if you it's a complex thing, but if you want to do that, here's my point, that and what I've been asking you guys, are you guys conscious that we actually live in our own paradigms of what we believe and hold dearly, that's the reality, and anything that intrudes to sort of shatter that, we're like this, but we can break out from that shift and do something other mentally, the way we perceive things, the way we interact with others and such.
Agree.
Okay. You see that then, that we live in a box, in a box, in a box.
Well,
mentally.
I don't know about a box in a box, but you can always, I find there's very little that you can't change about your life if you just decide that that's what you're going to do. Like, you're just like, that's it. This is happening. There's the obvious, you can't become famous, but if, I want to lose weight, I want to make more money, I want a nicer car, I want
full head of hair.
Damn it, Rory. Yeah. No, even completely full of Play-Doh, I can't squeeze it out the top of my head like that toy we all had.
Even look, I'll tell you one thing, and I'm sure you guys have had this type of experience in a different way, and please, let me know. But I moved to California in the early 2000s, late 99 and early 2000s, and that move, everything changes. You move and everything changes all around you. You no longer there's a lot of things that just no longer exist in your reality because you're now in another sort of cultural thing. And new experiences occur, so that's a little bit more radical, like moving from A to B and stuff that you see. So I was out there. I freaking met what's this guy from The Lost Boys, the head
Sutherland.
vampire. Who?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Keith Sutherland. I actually met him. I was getting flowers at a place called Ralph's. It's like a supermarket. And I'm standing out there outside. They had the flowers, and I was looking at the flowers because we had some sort of fight and stuff. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to do this thing, and it'll be all." And
you got a fight with a celebrity?
No. I was getting flowers for the lady that I was with. Wow. And so I'm there, and then all of a sudden there's this guy standing there. I'm not paying him no mind. I'm just looking at and he says to me, "So what do you do? Do you just grab them and pay for them inside, or you leave money here?" And he was like right next to me, to my right, and I was I was like 20 something, and I turn and by the way, I was the biggest. Me and my friends, Young Guns and frickin' Flatliners and frickin' Flatliners was pretty cool. It's on Netflix now too. And what was it, Lost Boys and all that, Keith Sutherland. So I turn, and as I turn, he's standing right there in front of me, and I'm looking at the guy, and it's frickin' Keith Sutherland. Right, I'm like, Keith Sutherland. I'm looking at him, and I said, in an instant, I'm not gonna go, dude, you're Keith Sutherland. It came across my mind, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that to him or myself, because that's kind of like I know who the hell he is, but I said,
So
no,
does he.
not. What's that?
He probably knows who he is too.
Oh, he definitely knew who he, and I'm he's looking at me, and by the way, his dad's a giant, and he's like short. Great.
Donald was there too?
No, but his old man is a giant. So I looked at him. I said, "Actually, I don't know. I'm not from around here, but I think that you go inside and pay for it, is my guess." And I'm looking at Keith Sutherland straight, and he says to me, "Oh, I'm not from around here either," which is not true. He's from around there. I mean, or maybe he's not. Maybe he lives somewhere.
He was born in England.
Yeah, his old man was born in England as well.
I didn't know that. He kind of had that cornfield look to him.
Yep. So long story short, just that shift brought a new, heck, how about this? Us here. I would never have met, if not for the internet and interactions within the maker community and whatnot, I would not have met you guys. And there's a lot of value in that. It just paradigm shifts is all I'm saying. Do you guys agree, disagree? We know Doc is down with the idea.
I'm just gonna shake my head and agree.
Okay.
I'm going to say it really freaking depends. Like growing up and being in high school, little mountain town, I thought I had the world figured out. Then you go to downtown Denver and playing that game, and my whole world flipped upside down. And I don't know, there's been like a handful of events where everything changed, and I had to look at what it was for what it is. And to a point, yeah, there's a paradigm, but at the end of the day, you got to survive, and whatever that takes to do that. And I have to tell myself that this problem isn't that bad just to get through it. Yeah. And yeah, I got to do that to get through it. But other times I got to be honest with myself and look at something and go, is this really worth it? Is this relationship worth it? Or is this exercise of what I'm doing? I got stuck in this typography, how to calligraphy right, and the the proportions, all that, and got the books and was reading and looking at other. And I was like, what am I doing? Why am I studying how to make a sign? You know, so it's like kind of hone it back in and get back on track of the original game plan. So, yeah, to a point, but at the end of the day, you got to be aware about really what's going on and where you want to go. Otherwise, you'll just be running in circles.
Yeah, even so, I think that most people run in circles.
And Kiefer means barrel maker in German.
So is it Cooper?
Kiefer Cooper.
The same thing, right? That's what a barrel maker in America is. Cooper.
So what's new in your neck of the woods, Bales?
Flooding.
What?
40 days and 40 nights of flooding.
Yeah, man. Over the weekend, we had not a massive. We had a snowstorm, and then everything froze overnight. So everything was a sheet of ice for 3 days. And then the rain came down, melted it all away, but it kept coming. So now there's just standing puddles of water in everyone's yard. The streets were so flooded, storm drains couldn't keep up, so they're shutting down the streets. Transformers started blowing. Basement started taking on water. It's good times, man.
But there's no way you could do some sort of like diverting the frickin' river by putting some sort of flashing along the side of the house on the backside so that the water runs to each side. I mean, just there's got to be.
The ground is so saturated. If I walk in my backyard, I sink 3 to 4 inches into the ground.
Yeah, it's called hydraulic pressure.
Yeah, it just pushes through the foundation.
It'll come in. Yeah, there's a lot of times you get cracks in the middle of your basement, and that's where the water comes in because that's where the pressure is highest underneath.
It's coming from the bottom up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have some coming out of the floor like a natural spring, and some in cracks of the walls.
And can't you fill those?
The thing is, if you fill it, it's just going to come somewhere else. So it's like
it's like rust. You'll never stop.
The enemy, I know exactly where it's going to come in. I know how to manage it. If I patch it, it's just going to come in somewhere else, and it could be worse.
Holy smokes, dude! But that's like, isn't there some sort of? I mean, I don't understand that, dude. Can't they put some sort of like, or they? It's your backyard. You're the one that has to deal with it. I don't know, dude. It just seems like.
So I could get a backhoe, and I could dig all the earth away from my foundation, and I could wrap the foundation in some kind of rubber membrane, and that would stop it from getting through the walls, but it's still going to come up through the floor because I'm not going to dig underneath my house. So your next solution is to put in an internal French drain. So you chip away the perimeter all the way around your basement, and you put in like a rain gutter in the floor.
Yeah.
And that all rolls down to one point, like a low spot, and that's where you put the sump pump and you pump it all out of the house.
That's a good idea.
So if you want to pay a company to do that, I got a quote when I moved in, $6,000.
Yeah.
So I can't do that right now because I got the bathroom renovation. I have some AC compressors that got to be swapped. I have a heating system that's got to be swapped.
In some cases, what they do is they take one of those culvert pipes, the 2-footers.
Yep.
And they'll put them in the ground up like a straw, 20 foot down, and they'll put a pump in the bottom. And when it gets bad, that way you pumping water.
They put that in their house or in the yard?
In the yard, like 10 feet away from the house, 12 feet away from the house on the low side.
Right. So they're trying to collect it before it gets to the house.
Right. Trying to give the water a place to go.
Yep.
Or you could always put bricks on each corner of the basement. I was gonna say something else, but I thought of something even better. And you can walk on the bricks strategically like Indiana Jones.
Like Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Balancing while you're doing the table saw cut,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like elevate the floor, like with a little false. I mean, how much water is it?
Oh, man. The first time it flooded, when I bought the house, by the way, I saw some signs of possible water damage, and I asked, and they denied it up and down. Oh, nope, no water here. First time it flooded, furnace was underwater. The water was like at least 6 inches, and the only reason it didn't get higher is because I have a walkout basement. So once it got up over the curb of the door, it just flowed out the door into the driveway.
Holy smokes!
But the furnace was underwater. The hot water heater pilot light was underwater. It was screwy. And I didn't have any pumps, and Lowe's was sold out of pumps. So what I did is I put the shop vac up on top of the dryer, right, with the drain pointing into the wash machine. And I would suck up water into the shop vac, dump it into the wash machine, throw it on the spin cycle to shoot it all out, and I'd just repeat.
Nice.
You
That's
should have filmed
MacGyver style.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
I would have taken the lid off. Or no, it won't work. You won't create vacuum.
Yeah. You won't create a vacuum.
I'm stupid.
It was pretty fun though.
I thought it would just like fill up.
But the worst part was I took this whole week off because Monday was a holiday. And I said, and I have a bunch of vacation time to burn. If I don't use it, I'm going to lose it come March.
Gotcha.
So I took the whole week off, and I'm like, I'm just going to work on projects, and I'll work on the bathroom, and I'll work on the house. Monday was a holiday. Chill. Tuesday was the huge ice storm, 5 degrees.
Chip.
I had pipes that froze, so I spent all day trying to thaw pipes.
Damn, that sucks, dude.
Yesterday, I was dog sitting a friend's dog who has anxiety so bad that she will not let you be in a different room. If you leave the room, she pops up off the couch and just follows you. Right? So that's all well and good, but she's scared of any kind of loud noises. And I wanted to be in the shop all day. So she just ran. And the last time I was over here, or last time she was here and I shot a nail gun, she tried to jump out of my window. She broke the screen. She broke the mini blinds.
What?
Yeah, so this dog, she's on 3 different prescriptions. And I know one of them's like a pretty heavy duty sedative. And I was dosing her and she still was being a...
But why do you do that to a dog?
Dose the dog?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, the dog she'll be sitting there and she'll just start twitching and shaking. She has massive separation anxiety from the owners. And the owners are in Florida for the week.
So
I watched her for a couple of days, and then a dog walker took her for a few days. But I was busy thawing pipes and other shit. And then she just, when they go to work,
can I give you some advice?
And they shut the door, she just starts like, she'll get diarrhea. She'll start shaking.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah, tell me, dog whisperer.
Yeah,
it's not my dog, so I don't care.
But let me just tell you, unfriend.
That's a good plan. So then today I drop her off because they're supposed to come home today. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start working. And all of a sudden, this flash flood appears, and the basement starts taking on water. So I can't run the tools anyway because I'd be standing in water.
It's unbelievable. That's exactly what I'm talking about, dude.
So the universe is just telling me that I should stop making things, right?
No, it could mean that
it's pushing me. It's pushing me back into music. Just be a drummer, Bales. Just
be a drummer. Just bang.
Sell your tools. Stop YouTube. No one likes it anyway.
No, wait a second. Let's be clear.
Don't listen be honest. To the human.
What's that?
Don't listen to Eloy.
Do not try
and try to swoo you.
Well, do not try to go around this question for Bales. Please just find it inside of you to just say it as you think it. Well, that could be dangerous. But here's the question. In all honesty, as friends, truly, what is it that you would want to be doing? And it doesn't have to be one thing, but just more or less.
I wanted to be a rock drummer, but your whole story, like 20 minutes ago, was pretty much my biopic.
I'm so sorry.
So this guy has a room full of instruments, and he wants to be famous, right? So I'm going to be curled up tonight, crying in a fetal position. Thanks a lot, Eloy.
No. So that was a bad choice. So look, I have a room full of instruments. I don't know, and a lot of other stuff in here as well. But I look at it. I don't know, man. So that's what you want to be doing. I think you could totally do that. I don't see why not. Bales, you're drumming.
It's over for me. I'm too old.
That's your paradigm, dude. Buddy Rich was practically wheeled out in his wheelchair
He was someone by that time, though.
Yeah, but you know what, man? You're not.
It's not like the next 20-something pop singer is gonna take me out on the road to be her on-road drummer. Oh yeah, hey,
Yeah,
you got some
never
white in
know.
your beard, yeah. You got.
I don't know. I look. If that's your belief, that's your belief. But I personally don't think that that's the case. I think that well, you're anyways. You don't want to be like in a Barbie girl freaking. Well, you might. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I might. Maybe I do.
When Katy Perry contacts you, Bales, she's like, I need a drummer right now.
I'd do it in a second.
Yeah.
See, here's my picture for Bales, but he's not going to accept it because
Because
here's my picture for Bales. Bales' title of a drum solo or drum bit in a video, and you do the drum, like a solo, like John Bonham style, but your style, but like call it Moby Flash or I don't know what the hell. And you do the thing, and you start branding yourself because you are the drummer, and why not? And then you can sell your. I mean, if you're thinking that you're gonna be Led Zeppelin in today's world with the internet and all the options and all the stuff, it's a different world that we live in.
We already have a Led Zeppelin for today.
Who-
Greta Von Fleet.
yeah, I was just looking them up. I saw them on Saturday Night Live.
Whatever. I'm just saying. I mean, you guys can go in the direction you want. I'm just saying that I believe that you guys, and I believe for myself too. Now, the reality is that in life things happen and stuff, and but that if that's your want, you could do it. Why not? You can drum. Why not? I don't think your age freaking matters, frankly. No, nobody cares about the drummer's age anyhow. He's sitting in the back, hiding behind cymbals.
That's
Yeah.
true.
If you could most of the people I know are just happy they have a drummer. It's like, we got a drummer.
That's true.
I haven't picked up a set of 6 since I finished those gigs in actually no, it's not. I was gonna say June, but I had those 2 Nine Inch Nails gigs. So October was the last time I played.
I got last thing,
I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape, man.
dude.
There's kids half my age that could eat me for breakfast right now.
What
Yeah, but
about
that's
if you were
how
like
it
a
works.
drummer for like an old man band, like true old man band, like a classic rock band, and you were the young guy?
Like a famous band or just a bunch of schmoes playing VFWs?
Like you find doctors or something, somebody that doesn't need the money, so you get your cut.
Ooh,
You're just like the young guy, hired gun. Yeah, hey, what's up?
yeah, I might do that.
It'd be a good gig. Sit in the back and play Sweet Emotion.
Yeah.
I
What kind
think
of doctors
totally
though?
do it.
Proctologist.
Oh, God, I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, why'd you ask then?
Damn it.
You're hired. Put on the gimp suit.
Oh, send him in. No, I was gonna say it's his proximity to a-holes.
Well, let's see, Rory. Where's your alignment of where in your mind the thing that you want to be doing? Are you doing what you want to be doing? Is there something in your mind that you long to do? A certain reality that you look at and it's your sort of the goal?
I can't say. No. I am so easily inspired that I go down these holes and see what happens.
See, that is also my problem is see, I call it a problem. Some people, this is my thought process. I could be totally freaking wrong and probably am, but this is what I believe, that we're on a journey and we're taking a walk through the fields and sniffing the flowers and taking a left turn, a right turn and stuff and exploring, because at the end of the day, well, let's not say, but point being is that we're exploring in this world, so I get that, and I think that's true for all of us here.
Well,
as
sure.
far
Let's say like you got this great gig going on. You're working for Tesla. And you get this weird email from your boss who says they're going to start laying people off. And the following Monday, I guess they do it on a Friday. The following Friday, you get the note that you're out of there. What
Did
about
that happen?
paradigm?
Did that happen? I think I read something that you guys were talking about earlier today or yesterday about that.
Does anybody else want to talk about it?
The article I read said that he sent an email out around 1 a.m. talking about 7% job cuts because they're having a hard time being competitive with gasoline vehicles. But in the same email, he was talking that everyone has to do more work for less in order to be competitive for the greater good of the earth.
Oh,
Which is all well and good. But if you're going to beat the shit out of your labor and fire 7% of them, you can't tell the rest to keep working harder for less.
I understood his message. He just delivered it really bad.
Yeah. That's why I was saying he should probably stop sending emails and doing interviews and maybe get a PR person.
He wants the other people that don't get laid off to pick up the slack for.
Well, yeah, they have to. It costs so much to develop and manufacture these cool cars that are better for the environment because fossil fuel is not a long term. It's going to dry up. So, well, I need to lay people off because I need to save money on labor. But at the same time, everyone's got to work harder for the same amount of money to keep us, propelled into the future.
That's
it's true, but someone that's showing up for however much they get per hour is going to be like,
true?
Fossil fuels are going to dry up, and if you want this new energy to succeed, you're going to have to put in the time. But you can't demand that of a person that you're paying what do you think he's paying him per hour? Minimum wage?
Gosh,
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe everyone gets a free flamethrower.
Ooh.
Not a flamethrower.
But at the same time, he's not cutting his wages. I mean, he's still living large. Granted, he's taking a lot of the risk with his money, but still.
I don't think money is an issue for him.
Right.
He can exactly do that, afford it. I've been wondering if Ford and GMC, if they're kind of hovering around that, wanting to grab these guys, especially if they're engineers.
Oh, to maybe pick their brain for. Well, you think he's laying off 7% of the engineers, or he's just laying them off of the line?
Like all the janitors.
Yeah.
There's a Porter John outside.
No, I've seen a tour of his on the YouTubes where he had like robotic machines carrying parts around and sweeping floors and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
We're all going to have to bring in our own boxes of tissues from now on. We're not buying them anymore.
Like elementary school?
Yep.
I think it's a big freaking marketing ploy, the whole thing. If people wanted electric cars, and eventually they probably will, who knows, they would be successful. But they have government propping them up. And now what you're saying, where people have to do double the work and get paid, it just, it may be a good idea. I wouldn't mind having an electric car, but it's out of most people's price range, I think, right? I mean, I don't know how much they cost.
Yeah, even he says that. Oh, they're close to six figures and over.
Yeah, and the infrastructure is not there to have one in certain areas. It's just not.
And the price has gone up for some of the charging stations.
Yeah, it's fuel, gas, just that rules the day to this point, you're going to have to wean people off of that stuff. And I think that guy made most of his money in the .com thing. I'm not sure, but I think that's how he made his money. Is that how he made his money?
I don't know.
I am not certain. But tied to the big oil, all the investment companies as well, because if they start pulling that away, people's money that they're making off of big oil's in risk of it. So trying to get investors or sponsors, if you want to call them that, into the next shift is probably a difficult one to convince anybody to do it. Who's going to do it first, other than Mr. Elon Musk?
I'd take a Tesla. They look pretty dang sweet.
Make a pickup one, sure.
Ooh, a pickup, man, like an old school pickup, like a 50s pickup.
That'd be fun. It's all contemporary inside.
Yeah,
So
an AC machine.
How about you, Doc? Is there a place that you want to be or something that you want to be doing that like totally doesn't have to be that you want it now, but like something that in your mind?
It always comes off so corny.
I want to dance.
Yeah, I want to express myself to the majesty of dance. No, I want to be a.
He's a maniac.
He wants to be a.
I'm Batman.
He wants to be a fireplace fabricator with the Amish.
No, I want to be a good father, and that's pretty much like if I could do like decent, the rest can work itself out.
Like a gangster?
But what's the rest?
The rest of life,
Like a godfather?
No, father to Sally and Susie.
Oh.
You come to this podcast, you show me this disrespect.
This was me on the podcast.
Nice.
The damn Madonna's winning.
I like how your beard like represented his chub.
Yeah. But by the way, can we talk about the oldest guy for a second? About the towels.
Towels?
Towels. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you wanted to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to bring this up for a second. But this is about my oldest son. This is pretty funny. So there's 5 towels hanging in like full-length towels hanging in my bathroom. Apparently, the one on the back of the door was mine.
Why are there 5 towels in the bathroom?
One for me, one for my wife, one for each of the boys, one extra one.
Okay.
I didn't know that until 2 days ago. I was just using the dry towel guy. But yeah, the shower, whichever towel was dry was the towel that I used. I didn't think twice about it. And not only was I using this system, but whenever I would get the older guy out of the shower, I'd give him whatever towel was dry too.
Okay.
So I had the door like half cracked open. And this was the first time this ever happened. My wife's walking by. She's like, "Why is he using my towel?" I was like, "My towel? What are you talking about? This is just a dry towel." She goes, "No, that's mine. That's yours. And those 2 are the boys." And I sat there just dumbfounded.
Oh, dude,
right,
that is
right,
awesome.
right. And then I turn around, and the older guy is just drying his crotch, just like on purpose, right in my face. She's like, "Oh, great!" So I had to wash all the towels.
If
Dude,
it's
you know
that
how
big of a deal, why aren't they monogrammed?
I apparently there was a play in motion that I did not know.
That's the beauty of this, dude. That your wife had a. This is makes total sense for her.
She had a system that she didn't share with anyone else.
Yeah. Draw a map.
Do you have 5 separate bars of soap, or just 4? How many bars of soap do you have?
Let's see.
Do you keep the hairy one?
No, you know what?
Is it a communal bar of soap, or is it his and her soap?
That thing has to look
You
worse
have
than
the-
Harry and the Hendersons.
No, we have the scrubby
bag
brush.
of Sasquatch.
You have a scrubby brush, but how's the soap get on the scrubby brush?
What do you call those things from Star Trek? Those little furry
It
things.
comes in a squirt jug.
What do you call those little round furries from
A
Star Trek?
tribble.
Your bar of soap
It's like a tribble on a stick.
kind of look like a triple. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you have liquid soap and a communal scrubby brush.
No, everyone's got their own scrubby brush.
So you abide by the personal scrubby brush, but you didn't think that there'd be a similar system for towels.
Dude, I grew up in a house with all boys. We would use one bar of soap in the kitchen, take it up, and wash yourself in the bathroom. Soap was magic. Soap was you could wash your ass, and then you could wash your face.
Yeah.
Soap.
It was always clean.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of soap.
Doc, are you telling me? So the loofah has to be freaking infused with wiry hair all over the place.
No.
Oh man, this is good stuff.
What's your toothbrush situation?
Everyone's got their own toothbrush. We have one. I buy one.
Is there a spare?
Yep, there's a spare.
See, that's the problem. Take away all the spares so everybody knows it's that rotating one.
You know what we do? I bought one push broom, and I mounted it in there, and we just all go in there. Everyone's got their spot on the broom. You stick.
Dude. So just let's be fair here. How much and for everybody, are there attached hairs to the bars of soap?
No,
Bales?
no soap bar.
Oh no, so it's the liquid.
Liquid, yeah.
Holy smokes.
I don't use a bar of soap, but I also don't have body hair, so.
Okay.
That is a hairy tongue.
Wow. Just for the record, he's on the internet. That he's not talking about one of us.
Eloy.
He's on the internet. Just see now. Let's correct this. He's on the internet and scanning through some hairy. I'll just leave it at hairy.
Yeah.
He's scanning through some hairy.
What's it called? Eloy Taco Lingua.
Dude, that was the most perfect freaking little set of scenarios that you just brought up. That it's just incredible.
Shannon gets mad if I use her towel too.
By the
I get one towel and she has two.
One for her hair, yeah, one for her body.
Yeah.
Amanda does the same thing.
I use them anyway.
If you would have seen the look on my son's face, he looked right in her eye and was like
Marking his territory.
full on just trying himself.
Mhm.
Great. This is just great.
He's doing that new dance that called the floss.
Oh, he was flossing with
Oh yeah.
flossing it out. Oh yeah. What a little ball breaker.
Looked like a chocolate milk mustache on that bad boy when he was done.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Chaka.
that's awful.
Yeah. What a little jerk.
Dude, I swear to you,
I think you're kind of at fault because you.
Oh, it's 100% my fault. But like I said,
I mean, you're well aware of the toothbrush rule and the scrubby brush rule. Logic would say that the towels follow the same system.
I don't blame Doc on this one.
Do you have
because-
specific forks, or is it just a set of forks?
we have a set of forks.
Okay, so there's not one that's the Doc fork.
No.
Okay.
No.
Drinking glasses.
Excuse
It's
me.
got to be a favorite drinking glass.
Yeah, I have a couple favorite drinking
Uh-huh.
glasses. I've taken to using the kids' cups. There's one I like a lot that has
A nipple on it.
Elastigirl.
Oh,
Something came to the house with Elastigirl, and no one really wanted it because
do you have unspoken assigned seating at the dinner table?
unspoken. No, we sit at the dinner table at different spots every once in a while. We move. We've been trying to nail that down. Actually, Bales, what works? Where we put the youngest in between me and my wife. Right now, the boys are sitting on both sides of me, so I can rain down my fatherly terror upon them if they screw up at the dinner table.
Within backhand distance.
We're keeping everyone within arm's reach,
Mm-hmm.
so I can cut meat and just generally oversee the entire operation.
Cut meat.
Yeah, you got to help them cut the stuff that they're.
Oh, I thought that was some kind of euphemism.
No. Literally cut the meat and be like, "Here, what do you need? Some help with that?"
Jesus.
Yeah, hold on. Use your napkin. The other thing my son likes to do is he likes to sit with his chair way far away from the table, and then I'll have his plate like 2 feet in off the table, and then like reaching as far as he can to grab the sandwich. Yeah, and you got to watch that.
The
while
small
you're trying to
table.
eat. That's just like, it's a regular sized table. It's just he gives himself 4 feet of travel to get the sandwich, brings it to his mouth 3 feet away.
Has anybody thought that a bar of soap would be great for the album art or for the episode art?
Yeah, soap is magic. It should be the name of this episode.
I just
I don't think I kept the file because I did have that one hairy soap and beer.
I don't know where this hair came. I mean, I know where the hair came from, but I never brought that up one time. There,
no, but growing up, it's not like everybody had the body wash and this. I mean, maybe you guys did and you were fancy, but all I could remember was just a bar of soap, and my dad had first dibs on taking the shower and the whole thing, and it was sitting there, and there'd always be just a little curly over there. And it's like, oh no, and I'd take my nail and I'd inch up on it like and I'd freaking like run up the soap so it would pop out and fall.
So basically, this is your story that you tried to project onto me.
Doc, you are as hairy or probably more than I.
He's got a point.
Oh yeah.
And no, well, so the second part to that is you can't tell me that growing up, did you use body washes or did you use the actual bar?
I remember like the minute that them loofah things came out and like guys were using them, I was like, I gotta wait. Probably because there was a puby bar of ivory snow.
Yeah.
in the
And
soap
whoever
tray.
and Bales is acting like, well, Bales always claims that he has no body hair, 0. So it's like you have a beard and your hair on your head, and that's it,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, whatever. Rory, at least one hair on a stick of soap growing up.
Can't say I ever paid attention to that. I have no idea. Does not come to mind.
So
Yeah.
your bar of soaps were hairless?
I think so.
See, maybe
I do remember though it being a big deal that we could have communal. That was the big thing about the liquid soap. You could have communal soap, but not communal
Scrunchies.
Yeah, so we could all be using the same soap.
It's like toothpaste. Share the toothpaste, just not brushes.
Yeah, because there was a point.
You're not supposed to use someone else's scrunchie?
No, you shouldn't.
Oh,
No,
Shannon's
dude,
gonna be.
I mean,
Shannon's gonna be pissed.
yeah, I mean, well,
That's why they all the same color.
I don't know. There gets to be a point how you Bales you when it's not cute anymore. When you're with your brother and it's like you're two grown men and it's like, will you get away from me? I don't want to smell you. I don't want to look at you. So once you get to that point, it's like I have my own scrunchy ball thing. And
would you wear somebody else's underwear? Don't answer that, Bales.
Clean or like you're taking it off your body and giving it to me for day 2? What are we talking about here?
No.
Is it getting passed down the line for the week?
If that happens, flip them inside out. Pro tip: inside out.
Yeah, that is a pro tip. That is a very pro tip because no way the other way. But
Yeah,
no. But listen to me. That's not where I was. That's not where I was going, and I almost cursed. You freaking almost broke the internet here. Listen, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Would you wear another person's underwear?
If I came over to your house and we were swimming, but we didn't have trunks, so we went in and then I needed some dry underwear, and you're like, oh, just wear a pair of mine. I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay,
I'll give these back to you next week after I wash them.
Okay, that's horrible.
But if you were like pulling them, like if you wore on Monday and you're like, oh, here you go, pal, your day's Tuesday, then no.
And just like rinse out the the bottom for any.
Yeah, just throw them through the quick dry cycle, the fluff.
I'm gonna say solo underwear situation. I mean, obviously, there's always exceptions to the rule.
Really?
Well, I mean, where am I? Can I just go commando to get home? And then
Good.
right.
But
Do I
there's always the risk of zipping up your beans.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can.
Pork and beans.
Time navigate that. I mean, I work with live electricity all the time. I think I can handle a YKK zipper.
I guess. But what kind of underwear are we talking about, Eloy? Are you wearing tidy whities? Or is it like
he wears purple Calvin Klein?
Like animal print bikini?
Yeah, cheetah.
Little alligators.
I was gonna say cheetah print, but we can go with the alligator one.
Yeah,
it's a swamp camo, that reed camo.
Oh, true Gladesman.
We're talking just regular. The point is,
soap.
You guys take it to. I mean, just the extreme. All I was saying was, would you wear in any event any other person's underwear? Knowing
we're the ones taken to extreme.
Even a woman's. I'm in.
Would you buy underwear from a thrift store and wear that?
No.
Good. That's a good one.
So
even if it's like a package that just had a little hole.
Previously loved.
Yeah. And a little brown. And look, 50% off, but it's got one little brown stain. Just one little brown stain. Would you do it? Tell me. Yes,
Nope.
you would.
Nope.
Well,
I have to know the pedigree of the used underwear.
Yeah, I like my underpants to have a dominant reading of 0 when they go off the line. when they come to my house, I want all zeros across the board. I want to know the entire bibliography of it.
One owner, really clean.
I want to know the entire bibliography.
No salvage title.
200,000 miles.
Slight flooding.
Can I get the true car report on these?
Well, how about
Reports of backfire and flooding.
boxers? Okay, forget the whitey tie, just boxers. How's
Skid
that?
mark repair.
I don't like boxers.
Off-road freaking skid marks. You don't like boxers,
No,
dude?
I don't like
All
my
right.
boys swaying all around. I like them being held in a cockpit, per se.
All right, and that's a wrap. Oh,
It's a cockpit. Boxer briefs, baby.
what or what?
Boxer briefs. I think Doc is on mute.
I was on mute on purpose. I didn't want you to hear me eating birthday M&Ms.
Ooh, birthday M&Ms. Does that mean naked?
No, they're just M&Ms.
Do you know if you take an old copper penny?
M&M,
Yeah,
not a sponsor. Get at me.
So what's been going on with you, Rory? Come on, let's dig this out of the dredge mud and frickin' let's elevate this thing.
Hold on. I want to revisit something quick.
Let's bring it right back to the mud.
No. I want to go back to the Musk.
Towels?
Musk?
Elon.
We didn't talk about Musk.
Yeah, we did Elon Musk.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought you meant the man Musk.
He should sell his own. No. He should sell his own line of fragrance. It should be called Musk of Musk.
Oh man, that's freaking awesome.
My
dude.
Musk.
I was-
Elon's Musk.
Elon's Musk by
Oh my
Elon.
Elon has skid marks? What?
Oh,
Doesn't the fact that he sent the email at like 1:00 in the morning show that he doesn't really care about anything except the project getting done? Like when he talks about the greater good, I think he just has goals he's trying to accomplish.
Probably. His brain probably never shuts off.
I think you guys overestimate the guy.
I'm not saying overestimate as far as what he's going to get done. I'm just saying that's what he thinks is happening.
I
Right.
think he
Don't
looks at
confuse one with two.
he's looking at the grand scheme like an accountant would. What do I have? How much is that costing? Where do I want to go? What needs to happen? So like the year before, what the company grew 30%, and now he's got to let 7% go of the total employment. It's like not too bad. Yeah, that sucks. But if he got too big and now he wants to go back private, same time it's his business.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. What's up with that tiki guy?
I don't
Right.
think he was trying to be malicious. He just comes off a bit heavy-handed.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not the great best at communicating.
No,
What's
if I wanted to be mad at him, though, I'd be more pissed that he just disposed of a vehicle in space for no reason.
That is one thing that I'll tell you right now. That vehicle floating in space is fake.
Yes. What do you mean?
That vehicle floating in space
Mm-hmm.
is fake.
As in,
Wait, I didn't finish I think. I could be wrong. But
Fake as in plastic or as in After Effects?
as in studio frickin' work.
Why?
yeah.
No, that's the first thing people do is they ask why as if I have the answers. I'm just saying,
No, what
But-
makes you think that?
Yeah, but why are you going there?
okay, because I saw a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
And that could be fake.
No, listen.
Was it the
Um,
real YouTube channel?
Like a real YouTube it could be a fake YouTube, right?
YouTube.
No. Listen. Could it be fake?
More importantly, why would it be fake?
No. I'll answer that. But my question to you first was, could it be fake?
No.
By you saying no, you do understand what you're doing by you saying no.
He's saying no.
Yeah.
By you saying no, that means that you absolutely know for a fact your position and your point that is true
Yep.
as anything that can be confirmed.
Yep.
And
There's no reason to fake it. It's not like we were having a space race to get the first car in space.
okay, how's
The
this?
Russians.
Could you be fooled?
Never. My eye is so good.
Could you be fooled?
Never. My eye. I have a trained eye, Eloy. When Jurassic
Okay.
Park came out and they had all those dinosaurs, it must have taken forever to raise those things. It was incredible. That was like a documentary.
The way I look at it is this: I am maybe so
What
I look at
happened
it
to the happy Eloy? Everything was really positive and paradigms and
No, this is
shifting and
positive.
enlightenment. Now we're
Yeah.
like, Elon Musk is making fake cars in space.
Hold on, wait a second.
Screw
So
that
are you
guy.
telling me that Elon Musk is some sort of prophet that shall not be disrobed and shown to be nude in front of the
I'm just saying there's too many other people pointing cell phone cameras at that rocket.
No, but we're not okay. My question is a simple one. Can you be fooled?
Of course. And
That is the honest reply to that. And all I'm saying is that it's not reasonable to say that you know something 100% so look, for all we know, it's floating up in space and this and that. I'm not making that the argument. I'm just saying that if you close off the possibility of someone coming at you with a variation that very well might be complete bull, but there could be truth to it, and you're standing on solid ground, you believe, and say, nope, this is how it is, then I think that you are sort of hazing over possibilities. In other words, I am open to the idea that it's fake. I'm not saying it is fake, but I'm open to the idea just enough to that when I hear information about it, I'll entertain it. Just like the reptilians, obviously I don't, stockpile. But
You
I'm
are
open.
a
why-
dirty debater. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
yeah, why would you fake it and then fake lose it? I get if you faked it and it was just up there and be like, woo, yeah, it went up there, everything was great. But to like have a fake accident
What was the accident?
and it broke off.
Okay. Here's one thing. There was a video on YouTube, and understand, I've made it very, pretty clear. So I'm not, saying that no, it didn't happen. Of course, we saw it with our eyes. Why wouldn't it have happened? And why would they lie? There's no way to make money off of that. And how about the countless? I get the whole. It's not like I'm blindly going, but I'm just saying, there's a YouTube video, many of them, where they actually sit and look at the car and they say, well, the car is in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
The paint, and Elon Musk said that it was not. It's a regular car with regular tires, regular upholstery, everything up in space. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the issues that they brought up. But if you can't, at the offset, mention any issues arising from that, then there might be a little bit of a problem. So one of the issues is that the car's in space and it's got paint. Have you ever left a car out just under the sun? Out in space, the sun hitting it is an extreme heat that's unimaginable when the sun is facing whatever item is floating there.
Mm-hmm.
But second to that is that whatever the sun is not touching, it is extreme cold. And that variance between the cold and the heat and that paint, actually, we have Rory here. You tell me, cooling and heating of metal and paint on it, and just they bring up so many questions, and they're questions.
Aren't the space shuttles painted white?
What do you mean?
Don't they come back without any issues?
The space shuttles?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the space shuttles. I'm just saying what I saw on a YouTube channel.
I know what you're saying here, Eloy, and I think he was lying when he said it was a regular car.
See, so Bales said something that's important about the space shuttle, but we don't know what he basically threw out a regular car, according to what he said, unless he's lying, out into space, the upholstery facing the sun, and then the cooling and the leather. I mean, try not dressing leather with a little bit of oil. What do you call that stuff that we always
needs foot oil?
No, dude, that stuff. What's that stuff called? I've got some over there. I don't want to get up and the stuff we always buy all our lives. Whatever,
Lube?
dude.
Lube?
Yeah.
Mint
Yeah.
oil?
Whatever.
Make
Anyway,
beeswax.
do you see any issues with that at all? The leather exposed of everything, the little freaking bobblehead thing sitting there. Do you not see any issue with that at all?
I don't know because there is no atmosphere in space, and I don't know how things react when they get hot when they're exposed to that kind of radiation. I have no idea.
The space shuttle survives, and it's been there.
Yeah, but you keep with the space shuttle and the space shuttle.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thought that you did here, Eloy. My thought, I went right to the tires. I was like, how the tires would explode, wouldn't they? I was like, they would just the change of pressure pushing on them because they would move too much.
No, the
And
pressure would
the glass, the change in pressure from the outside of the car to the inside of the car with the glass, just regular auto glass in it.
the mirror itself, which is a thin little plate
It's
as
thin,
well.
the thinnest little plate.
Yeah, and the two side. I mean, so look, here's bottom line. I'm not saying like, okay, for those people that, because frickin' Bales went up to a meetup and all of a sudden I'm some crazed, conspiracy theory. We're on a podcast and we're just talking. I'm not gonna go and preach,
The Messiah.
sermons, right? Exactly. I'm not gonna do that. We're talking just to talk. I'm not, going, to the flat Earth conventions every, I'm just entertained by these things, and I think that they're appropriate questions to ask, and I want to know why the leather didn't get all messed up.
You're doing leather research?
Yeah.
For his gimp suit.
I think it goes down like this, Eloy. If you're 3/4 crazy, people will listen to you. But if you're all the way crazy, people will follow you. So get your robe.
Yep.
Think you're going in.
I got to go all the way. But I don't want to be followed.
No,
You
you're
gotta-
like a guru type.
Unless it's my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook page, Twitter. What's the other one?
You should change your name to HHEE.
Maybe you can start a GoFundMe campaign, and we can launch you and your ratty ass pickup into space and see how it survives. And it can be the Eloy Musk on GoFundMe.com. Eloy Musk.
And then I'll start a conspiracy theory channel about
And the
it.
space truck. Eloy Musk and the space truck. And then you can tell us, wait, do you have leather seats in there, or are they cloth?
No, maybe we should start a GoFundMe with a frickin' Submariner Deep 6'9" frickin' suit, because you're gonna be underwater pretty soon. You're starting to really get on my frickin' nerves.
Yeah, but you're not going to leave Sweetwater, so I know I'm safe. So do you have cloth seats or leather? So we're going to need to add some money to the GoFundMe so we can put leather seats in there first.
Dude,
I imagine Vigo on the other end of the headset. Vigo. Yeah.
I'm just saying that those are good questions, and I'm sure there's proper scientific answers for them. Me not being a scientist, obviously, but I find those things interesting.
You're one
And
GoFundMe page away from being a scientist. I'm telling you. Eloy
Yeah.
Musk and the space truck. God damn it. Get on board.
dude, okay, I like where you're going with this.
First maker in space.
Yeah.
You have to write a song too.
Ground control.
To Major Vigo.
I'm just saying, dude, and you guys have not said, except Doc. Doc is being open, and Bales is being just hardliner, and Rory is holding back. I don't know what. And my question is, what do you think about the leather and the little flimsy mirror and the paint chipping? At the very least, the paint would start to. I mean, come on.
I think all the technology that's on a Tesla is far superior to anything that's been on the space shuttles that have been in space.
Holy
I think
smokes.
that's special paint on their bales.
Yeah, they probably have the Simonized coating that they always try to sell you.
You get the triple wax when they go.
You need the undercoat in case you're going to go to space.
The shuttles. Well, you know what? It's probably asbestos in the paint.
I don't want to.
It's still from the 70s, so it's the good old paint with the
Ooh.
old.
I don't want to hear it from Bales when he comes back from his freaking Middle Eastern African trip, and he's gonna be like, he's probably gonna be wearing like a pharaoh thing with gold and like a staff and stuff. And you're gonna be totally into all the theories and the stuff, and
Just
I don't,
Steve Martin.
huh?
It's just like Steve Martin from the King Tut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Quick update on that. It's all paid off. I paid off all the balance.
Sweet.
Nice.
And then all those reports came out that one of the tourist bus was blown up with a bomb.
Get the hell out of town.
So now,
Ben.
so now Shannon's all paranoid.
You're bull crapping me.
No, December.
I wouldn't go, dude.
December 20th. Something. A tourist bus was blown up.
Dude, I would not do it, dude. Dude, they're gonna
And,
take one look at you, and they're gonna freaking tie you to a camel and take you somewhere.
To a camp.
So now I have to get my will and everything in order just in case.
Come here, hot.
I wouldn't do it, Bales. Go somewhere like freaking the Keys, where the worst thing that'll happen is that you'll have like a little, too much to drink and end up waking up on a beach with a couple of guys named Tommy and Cheryl. I just
Maybe a camel.
Bales, if I purchased a hat for you, will you wear it while in
USA with a big bomb?
Oh God! Make Egypt great again. What are you trying to get me killed?
Right where I was going.
I wouldn't do it, Bale.
It's a mega hat.
Don't do it, dude.
He's out again. He's out.
I'll miss you guys.
We'll miss you too. Now that Rory's part of the podcast, I don't know who we fill you in with. We're gonna have a contest. Like, remember when Captain Crunch was lost and we had to look for Captain Crunch on the back of the box at one time? We're gonna have a nationwide contest.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you?
I think so, yeah.
You don't?
No.
It was like, remember how we used to communicate on the back of cereal boxes?
No.
You didn't play along with what Captain Crunch and the Trix Rabbit was doing?
No.
Really? Did you eat cereal?
A dirty secret came out years later about breakfast cereals in the Bales household.
Were you getting refilled?
Yeah. Mom was keeping the one branded cereal box and going to buy the generics and just swapping out the bag.
Yeah. My mom had.
No wonder the maze on the back never changed.
I swear to God, Mom, it looks like you erased this one.
Yep.
Did it taste any different?
A little bit, but I probably didn't. I didn't notice.
That sucks, dude. You didn't get all the prizes.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah. I mean,
This is gonna tie back to Elon Musk, and he's gonna be like,
there was there had to be some brand because when we were saving the UPCs to get Star Wars characters in the mail, I was definitely,
Yeah.
She couldn't thwart the system all the time, but
We had the big Tupperware things, and my mom would refill them with the bags of cereal.
oh,
we had grape nuts.
ooh,
Those
those are disgusting.
Yeah.
My dad used to buy Raisin Bran.
My dad will eat that. He'll eat a whole box in a sitting.
That stuff is good as an adult, but a kid wants frickin', all the fun stuff.
He can do that too. I've also seen him eat an entire box of Captain Crunch in one bowl. It goes sit down salad bowl, not the one that you eat your salad in, the one that you serve an entire salad in.
Damn,
Holy smokes!
Yep.
With milk.
Oh yeah.
a full gallon of milk.
Well, not a full gallon of milk. He's pretty judicious on the amount of milk, but empty an entire box of Captain Crunch and into the salad bowl, give it the appropriate amount of milk, and then like a 13-year-old kid, he will go into the other room. My mom will be asleep, so this will be like 9 o'clock at night.
No cereal in the living room.
No, and he'll watch like professional wrestling.
Oh, oh,
He thinks it's great.
we're running long, but I have to know what's your cereal milk protocol?
As far as
Because I was always a milk first, add cereal as I go guy because I didn't want the cereal to get soggy. I'd only put enough in that I could eat before it got soggy, and then I'd just add more incrementally.
That is so weird. That is so weird.
You're a cereal guy, then you're a cereal then milk.
I like the cereal to start to loosen all the sugar into the milk, so it creates this sugary milk, and like it stains it with the different little cereals. I like it like that, and then I go and drink it, and then the sugar just starts to that last amount of sugar starts to drain right out the cup. And
I really like that. I really like the hand gesture that's going along with that.
If I hold that position, Eli, let me capture
Yeah,
that.
let's get a screen cap.
do not
of that.
see that. That would be wrong because that would be interpreted as a really bad thing.
Yeah,
I can put
you
it
drinking
right
your
in
sugary
the
man shake. So you're a cereal milk guy, and I'm a milk then cereal guy. Rory,
I was a cereal and milk guy.
cereal first.
Yeah, just enough to get it to lift, and then I was good.
Doc?
Right.
I'm kind of with Rory on that one. I fill the bowl with cereal, but then I will. I'm never just one bowl of cereal guy. It's a multiple bowl.
You can learn a lot about a guy the way he takes his cereal.
Yeah.
So apparently I'm a psychopath.
I just
You're just coming at it from the other end. That's all.
Yeah, I'd fill up a pool of milk and I'd throw a couple captives in there and I'd dunk them a few times and eat them and then I'd throw a few more in there.
that seems.
Oh man.
I have a friend that does that with beer bales. When we go out to the bar, he'll buy himself like a
Beer?
pitcher of beer,
Okay.
and he'll literally you'll catch him holding the pitcher in one hand and the cup in the other, and he'll take a sip out of his pint, and then he'll fill that pint with the pitcher, and then he'll go back and take another sip, and then put that sip into the pitcher. He'll do that. I'll be like, Johnny, you're doing it again. I'll be like, oh, am I? Okay.
Dude,
I've got put you down for a while, but he does it all the time.
I've got to tell you this one beer at a bar story. I have to. It just reminded me. We were hanging out at a bar, and there was a couple that was drunk as you could imagine. It was one of those dives on Miami Beach years and years ago. Barely old enough to drink, but just right there, maybe 21, 22. We all ended up sitting together, and they were drunk as hell. And we didn't have a lot of money, but we had our pitcher of beer, and the guy became rowdy. Somebody had said something, and he frickin' spit his beer from his mouth that he had drank from the cup into our pitcher and walked away. And we all looked at each other and were like, we don't have money for more beer. And we decided to keep drinking it because we had. And the next morning, dude, almost all of us ended up with sore throats. That's a wrap.
Scratch.